What's going on, everyone? How is everybody doing today? Back to the channel, Kabir Chim Sports Channel, and today we're doing my NBA award predictions for this upcoming NBA season. And these predictions are shocking, are different, and are nothing like you've ever seen before. But before we automatically get to all my award winners and runner-ups, this is just an opinion. I don't have an amazing track record when it comes to predictions. I would say the best prediction I've ever made is that I knew Pascal Siakam would be good, like pretty good, when he was like a role player in Toronto. That's just one of the better ones, but I've also had some bad predictions, like Celtics 2 seed last year. So I don't have an amazing track record. So if you are upset, you might be right. I might be wrong. This is just what I'm thinking. But before we start, it turns out about 2%, 1.6% of you watching are subscribed to the channel, and 98.4% are not. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button for daily NBA content, NBA shorts, NBA predictions, NBA talk, all of that. And, if we get more people subscribed, we can get to 100 subs fast, because if 50% of y'all were subscribed, we could have already hit 100 subs by now. So just make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, we're going to start off with the biggest award on this list, and that is the MVP. And my MVP this season is Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets. Not Steph, not Jokic, not Giannis, not those reigning MVPs, but we got Kevin Durant, because I think Kevin Durant's going to be the main driving force for a team that'll win 60 games next season, even without Kyrie. If Kyrie plays 41 games, they can still win 60. And if Kevin Durant can still lead this team to the best record in the world without one of their star players, that's amazing. Now, I think James Harden also has a shot at this, but I think this year it's going to be Kevin Durant, because I think he's the best player in the world right now. He's the guy that if I had a clutch shot, if I needed to take a shot in the down by 2 game on the line, I would take Kevin Durant to take that shot, because he's long, he's clutch, and he can shoot over anyone, and he can score from anywhere. He could have a near 50, 40, 90 season on 30 points a game, and I think if he leads the Nets to the 1 seed and plays games, doesn't get hurt, decides to be the guy for the Nets, because Kyrie's not going to be playing a ton of games. So if he's the leading force for this Brooklyn Nets team, that's still really good. I think Kevin Durant has great chances to win his second MVP. He hasn't won an MVP in a while, and he actually really hasn't been in consideration recently, just because either played with Steph Curry, none of them had great MVP chances, or was injured, or didn't play enough games. But I think this year is the year KD wins it. And my runner-ups are Steph, Jokic, Giannis, and then my little bit of a surprise pick. I want to be a little different with my surprise pick. It's Jason Tatum. I think you'll find out why on the standing predictions, because I'm not going to spoil that because it hasn't come out yet. I have the Celtics as a pretty high seed. I think Tatum MVP considerations will go a lot higher. Curry, he was just, I could definitely see him winning MVP. I think he's be the next guy that I would pick, because I think Golden State could be a top 4 team. Steph already had a historically great season, 32 points, 40% from 3, and he was just the driving force. But now with Clay back, if he's at like 80% healthy, it'll be great for this team. And I don't think Steph's going to fall off. I think he's just going to be right where he is. And he put up MVP level numbers last year. If the Golden State Warriors got into the playoffs, he might have had a good shot at beating Jokic. But speaking of Jokic, Jamal Murray's injured, yet I still have the Nuggets being so good, because the Jokic is just so good. He's near top 5 player in the league. He's probably has no weaknesses in the game. Yes, his defense is not what you want from a star center, but it's not terrible. He's the best passing big man the game's ever seen, and he just makes all his teammates better. And he's a 40% 3-point shooter. and it just makes the Nuggets exponentially better. Now, if they had Jamal Murray, I think they had a great chance of making the finals last year. Yeah, that was my pick to make the finals. With Jamal Murray was healthy, I had the Nuggets making the NBA finals. And they could have beat Phoenix, and they definitely could have beaten a non Kawhi Clippers team. So I think the Nuggets, if Jamal Murray comes back in like December, January, he'll help Jokic a lot get to the Nuggets to like a top 4 seed. I just think that Jokic, I think he'll be putting up MVP to similar numbers to last season. I just think that KD will just come out and ball, and I think we'll beat him to the MVP award. Giannis, I just think that he's going to be as good as ever. Top 2 seed, defensive player of the year. He might be defensive player of the year. He's going to be in the conversation. You can expect 28, 13, 6, and he might be even motivated to win the MVP this season and get his third. So yeah, all KD, Curry, Jokic, Giannis, all MVP winners. Tatum has actually not been in this conversation, so I wanted to put a little different one in there. I think that the Celtics are getting severely underrated by fans, and I'm a Celtics fan. I think people are underrated the Celtics. First off, we had so much to deal with last year. Tatum was had COVID. Brown was injured. Smart was injured for damn near 2 months, and that was a huge blow to the team because he's the heart and soul of the Celtics. And even though he doesn't bring it all offensively, he's the best defensive or second best defensive guard in the league. I think it's either him or Drew Holiday. I think the offseason additions really help. I think Shooter was a steal of a pickup. A guy that can play make and do it all around point guard. Horford knows the system really well. I also see the young guys like Pritchard and Nesmith taking another step. I think if Tatum and Brown keep getting better, put up a great season, Tatum puts up MVP type level numbers, which I think he definitely could do. Maybe like 29, on the near 50, 40, 90, shooting it really well and leading the Celtics to a top 4 seed because everything clicks, everything's healthy, and this team was a top 4 seed. Like they were the 3 seed in the bubble, and they made it to the conference finals. This was when they had Kemba. This is when they had Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward got injured. Kemba was not that great in the playoffs. It was Tatum and Brown. But last year, think about it, Smart was injured. Kemba was injured and so inconsistent. Jaylen Brown missed some time. Jason Tatum missed some time. We had inconsistent center play. Horford's super reliable at that. I think that'll boost Tatum's help will go up, and I think he's just going to keep getting better. I think he's a sleeper pick for MVP. Actually, I always like to tend to put a sleeper pick in MVP. Last year, it was actually Nikola Jokic. That was my sleeper pick for MVP. He actually ended up winning it. This year, I'm going to go Jason Tatum. Let's see how. I'm not going to say he's going to win the MVP, but I think he's going to be a sleeper pick and going to be in the convo. He's going to get some third place, maybe second place votes, or he might be in the MVP like battle throughout the season. Like in the MVP ladders, he's going to be in the top 5, I think, throughout the season. But yeah, I think none of these guys can be Kevin Durant for the MVP award. I mean, they can. I just don't think they will. Now we got the Rookie of the Year. I got Cade Cunningham. I just think that he has all the tools. Detroit's not holding him back, and he can do so much more. I think it'll be similar to Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. Rookie season and like their battle. And now comparing the two, Donovan Mitchell's way better. But I think Ben Simmons was putting up a good 16, 8, and 8, was playing good defense, good playmaking, was near an all-star. And Mitchell was a 20-point scorer and led their teams to playoffs. I don't think either of them will, but I think Jalen Green's going to be leading that team scoring, but Cage is going to be the best all-around rookie. And I think the Pistons might have a better season than the Rockets. It really could go either way. I personally thought Donovan Mitchell should have won that Rookie of the Year, but it personally could go either way, especially since the fact that he led the Jazz to the playoffs without Gordon Hayward coming down, and he beat the Thunder, Russ and PG in his rookie season in the first round in like 5 games, while Ben Simmons had Joel Embiid. There's just something to think about, but Ben Simmons, I'm not that mad he won it. He just needs to get his act back together. I might make not a video. I'm probably going to make a little short about talking about Ben Simmons and coming back. My dark horse pick, I think it's between Cade and Jalen Green. My dark horse pick is Jalen Suggs because he has a lot of tools. And the Magic are a rebuilding team. I can definitely see him putting up numbers in Orlando. And the next one is Sixth Man of the Year. This was actually really tough. I think this is the easiest award to repeat. So, It's the easiest award to repeat, but I'm not going to go with the repeat for Jordan Clarkson. I'm going with Derrick Rose. This is going to happen. I think Kemba's going to be the starter. He's going to be the scorer. And I hope, as a Celtics fan, as a Kemba fan, I hope that he can go back to his old ways. I'm not saying that he will, but I think if he can stay healthy, I think he's without a doubt going to be a starting point guard for this team. I like Derrick Rose off the bench. I think he provides good playmaking, good scoring, good veteran leadership, and I think the Knicks could be as good as last year. They could drop down just because the East is competitive and their defense might take a step, but their offense got so much better, and the defense might take a step back, but I think Derrick Rose is that perfect backup point guard. Jordan Clarkson, like I previously mentioned, he's a bucket, and I don't think that that's going to go away. Like Lou Williams was always a bucket off the bench. I don't think that's going away, and I don't know if he's going to shoot it as well, but I think he's still going to score buckets. Kobe White's, I think he should get a little more consideration just because he's also a bucket, and we could see a breakout season by Kobe White even coming off the bench. I think his role will be a little more appreciated if the Bulls make the playoffs. Bobby Portis, we love Bobby. We know those chants. He's the heart and soul of this Bucks team. He brings good shooting, good defense, good toughness, and I think that'll be valuable to the Bucks. A lot more valuable than you think this upcoming season to a repeat as champions. Man, this is always such a hard award, but I want to go with Bam Adebayo. This might be the first, surprise of the video. Bam Adebayo winning first Defensive Player of the Year over Giannis over Joel Embiid. Bam, I think, is the anchor of this Miami Heat team, which is going to be the best defense in the league. Miami's going to be the best defensive team in the league. Bam Adebayo is going to be one of the best defensive big men on the best defensive team. He's going to block shots. He's going to play on the perimeter. He's like a great center to have, and I think Bam Adebayo is just going to have a breakout season defensively, and we'll finally get the recognition he deserves on that end. And I think you kind of want a new Defensive Player of the Year at this point. Giannis, like I said previously, he's always going to be in the conversation. Milwaukee's going to be one of the best defenses. Don't really have to say much about that. And Joel Embiid. Now, I don't know if I really want to put Rudy Gobert after the news that we heard about Ben Simmons coming back. I thought Ben Simmons, but I don't know if Ben Simmons is going to be there for the full season. I just think Joel Embiid's going to dominate this season. Just be absolutely dominant on both ends of the court. And I definitely could see him winning the Defensive Player of the Year. I think this is going to be Bam's year. But Joel Embiid's still a really amazing defender. All right, now I might throw a little bit of a curveball at you with this most improved player pick. Lonnie Walker. I've not heard any talk about him. I think he's going to step into that DeMar DeRozan role. He can score the ball. He scored about 11 last season off the bench, which was great for them. And I think they'll need more scoring, and he's an efficient shooter. And I don't think he brings the playmaking as DeRozan, but I definitely can see him putting up 20 points. The Spurs have such an underrated young core. It's not even funny. They're so underrated. I love their young core. DeJounte, Keldon, Samanic, Jakob Poeltl. I don't know how Josh Primo will do, but I think Lonnie Walker's going to take a ton of the shots because he is not a guy that's just going to look for his teammates. I think when he gets the ball, he's going to catch shoot opportunities. He's going to drive. He's going to look for ways to score, and I think that will be a lot more needed because I think they lose a ton of offense with DeRozan. I think DeJounte will be much more vital on defense now, but I think they lose a ton of offense. If there's anyone I can see taking that leap offensively, it is Lonnie Walker III because he is the offensive guy off their bench. And I think it is year 3 or year 4 will be a huge season for Lonnie. I can see him putting up near 20 points, 11 to 20 points. That's most improved player job. I think he should be in the conversation, and I'm just going to go out on the limb and say he's going to win the award. Yep, a little curveball at you. I've not seen this at all, but Lonnie Walker's winning the most improved player. That's my prediction. And here are some familiar names. Kevin Porter Jr., Michael Porter Jr., I've seen these guys a lot. They both played fantastic in very few games, but fantastic last year. Michael Porter Jr. was amazing, especially towards the end of the season. He's another, I'm not going to say a Kevin Durant, but, here's a good one. T-Mac. T-Mac can just go on hot streaks where you just simply you can't miss a shot. You just can't miss a shot. Michael Porter Jr. sometimes just shoots it and just misses, brick. But sometimes I think if he's going to shoot it well, his shooting will get better. He might go off for 25 points a game. And I think he's going to be huge to Jokic to still help the Nuggets because Jamal, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic, I love all of their games, and I think that's a top 5 big three in the league, and it's probably my favorite big three in the league. Below Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum because, Kevin Porter Jr., he was playing great. He had some 40-point games, and I think he can jump up to 20, but I'm not completely sure about most improved player just because they added Jalen Green. And finally, Kyle Kuzma. I know this might be controversial, but I think Kuz has just a bunch more confidence, and he can help Beal in a big way. I think he's that offensive guy that they really need. He can really score. He's not a bum. He's a good shooter. His defense is not amazing, but it's much improved. And he can create his own shot, and he can do stuff on offense. And if he has a lot more freedom, not the pressure of the LA spotlight, playing with LeBron James, who's second greatest player of all time, GOAT if you ask some people. Without that pressure in LA, I think that's going to be huge for Kuzma. I think I can expect a big season from him. Kuzma was good in the bubble run. He was great. He had like a clutch shot on Bol in one of those games that really helped them get the 1 seed. And if he didn't hit that shot, they might have lost that game. That might have cost them the 1 seed, and they would have had a different route to the finals, which you never know. They could have lost. They could have not got LeBron a 4th ring. But because Kuzma hit that shot, or it helped them get the 1 seed and helped them with the route that they did. And Kuzma definitely deserves a title as an NBA champion because he's a big-time player, and I think more freedom for Kuzma will be huge. So just recapping my award predictions, Kevin Durant as MVP, Cade Cunningham Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go Derrick Rose, 6th man. I'm going to go Bam for Defensive Player of the Year and Lonnie Walker for Most Improved. And if I had to pick a Coach of the Year, I would say either I'm just going to think of this at the top of my head. I would say Steve Nash, Ime Udoka, or maybe Mike Malone if the Nuggets play even better without Jamal Murray. Just off the top of my head. But everyone, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about these awards. If you like my content, please make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subbed, please sub. We're trying to grow this channel. It's pretty small so far, but we're working our way up. And comment your award predictions. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.